Hello, welcome to another one of my live streams. We are going to be going in today, having a look at just the background booking of the next episode of Nitro. I don't know if anyone's spotted today, but we have got the latest episode of Main Event went up, so we're kind of speeding along with those now, which is really good news. Someone did suggest that we should maybe try and combine the two to make it a kind of more compact shows that I'm doing. So rather than doing one for Nitro and then one for Main Event, that we could just basically go in and do both shows all together. So I might do that. So what we're going to do here today at the moment is we're going to kind of go through, have a quick look at what's going on, and hopefully get a little bit of the next Nitro booked. The last Main Event, for anyone who hasn't watched, was okay. We had an absolutely woeful Main Event though, with Diamond Dallas Page and Road Warrior Hawk, which was a little bit disappointing, but hopefully we can kind of turn that around. I think Main Event's going to become a real sort of, it's a B show, but I still want to kind of book it a little bit strong and put a few bits and bobs in there, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess, because it's not performing quite as good as we would have liked, but hey-ho, that's okay. Yeah, so this one's really going to be about sorting out Nitro and getting that going for the next episode. Anyone's about and wants to join in. Hello, Tyler. Oh, I was speaking to you the other day, so that is a pleasure to see you on here. Nice to see new people join in and having a go and having a look at what's going on, so I'm really pleased with that. Right, let's crack on, because I've not got anything to look at the moment. We've not got anything in the email, so let's just crack on and see if we can get through to the next episode of Nitro and see what's going on there. And just see if we can get something booked. We've got some quite good plans for the Dungeon of Doom and Hulk Hogan and whatnot, so I want to really get going with that. So that's really kind of cool news. What have we got here? House show held in the Mid-Atlantic and drove 1,400 fans for 8,500 nearly. That's okay. We're still doing a little bit with our house shows. We're still kind of I've got a little bit of a few things I'm checking. That I want to see that for perhaps potentials for the future. I do like using the house shows for that kind of purpose. I do like fishing for a bit of chemistry on our B shows, but it's much easier doing it on house shows because we're not kind of giving it so much away there. And when we've got so many house shows, it's quite easy to do that. Although we have a lot of people who don't attend the house shows, I'm not too worried. Most of the people who don't attend the house shows, it's not a real big concern for me. We just work with who we do have there, not rather than who we don't. Still waiting on a few more of our road agents that I tried to sign. I went through and I was talking the other day with a few people about the road agents that we're kind of lacking in. So we've got Chris Benoit's been hired by All Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm really tempted to just bin off Benoit. I don't really have any push or plans for him because it's Chris Benoit, isn't it? So I'm half tempted. Now he's working in New Japan. He's working in All Japan as well. It cost me a bloody fortune as well, I think, actually, if I go into this a little bit easier. Yeah, he's on like 36 grand a month. I'm not saying 36 grand is like the most expensive guy we could have, but I don't know. I'm tempted to bin Benoit off. I am half tempted to feed him to the Renegade just because I am trying to push the Renegade, and I'd quite like maybe at full brawl for the Renegade to pick up a win against him, but that seems like it might be a little bit cheating the system. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is that cheating the system or not if we just chuck Benoit out? I just don't really want him there. It's just a bit manky in it, so we'll see. Got a couple here contracts to. So I've been negotiating with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to be a road agent, which I think he'll be exceptionally at. I mean, look at his psychology. He's got the respect. He's got the basis. How he's respected 90? That's unbelievable, really. It's Ricky the Dragon, man. So we'll wait and see on that one. But we've got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat there, so that's kind of cool. And Harley Race, again, is another one. He's got a balanced and neutral personality. Psychology's good. Respect 90 again, which is mad. Basics, all the kind of stuff we want for a half decent road agent. And then we've got John Dory Funk Jr., who again I'm putting in as a road agent. How on earth is 158th best wrestler in the world? Yeah, Jeremy, I do see the idea of what you're saying there about signing Benoit to a cheaper deal on a handshake deal, which I guess he probably will. I don't know. Like, I'm not weirdly, I'm not big on Benoit either way or the other. He was obviously a great in-ring talent, but I don't know. Is it just a bit? Just feels a bit weird pushing him in this. I haven't got massive plans for him, and kind of like it's Chris Benoit, isn't it? It's just a bit, he's not exactly who we want to be pushing in this. So I am half tempted to keep him on because I know he will become good. But I don't know. Do I still want to base my game around Chris Benoit in like God knows how many months' time? It would definitely be cheaper on a handshake deal. That is without a doubt obviously true. But should we have right? Let's complete all my signings anyway. Let's bring all my new guys in there. Oh, hello. Well, hello. This has been taken out of my hands. Chris Benoit has already made it clear that he'll be leaving when his current deal expires. Oh, well, fuck you. Whoops. I didn't say that. Oh, screw you, Chris Benoit, if you want to leave us. Okay, well, see you later, alligator. I'm definitely feeding him to the Renegade now. So screw you, Benoit. So I might give Benoit a little mini push so that he can then. Yeah, look, Chris Benoit's at the final month of his contract. Fair enough. Feel a bit gutted now. I kind of wanted to bid him off myself, but he's taken this out of my hands. What? Cheeky sod. That's kind of cool. I kind of don't really want Benoit, so WWF new faces. Oh, who are they going to bring in? Are they going to start signing people that I don't know about? Not a huge amount done. We're getting in now. We're like week 3 of this save now, which is pretty cool because that means we're starting to really cut down on the amount of like signings and everything going on that's cropping up every 2 minutes. So that's kind of good news. Yeah, so let's delete all of these. Delete all. We know all about those. So yeah, Benoit on his way. Oh, I feel a bit sad that he's nobbled me over there, but hey ho. So we brought in a load of new guys here. So we should have Dory Funk Jr., who's coming in as a road agent. Excellent. We should have Harley Race in there as well as a road agent. Fantastic. Could be a manager as well. That's kind of interesting. So maybe we'll play around with that in the future if we want to do some stuff, some legend stuff, perhaps. And then we should have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat also in there as a road agent and possibly a personality. Probably not going to use any of those 3 really as on-screen characters. They really are. I just want to bump up our road agents. I've also I got Earl Robert Eaton, to agree to be a road agent as well. I thought he's someone I thought at 37 years of age, I'm not pushing him anywhere. I've not really got any plans for him as such. So I thought with his psychology is pretty decent, his respect is up there, and his basics and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll do that, because ultimately I'm seeing Lord Stephen Regal will break away from these fairly soon. He's still, I I think he's still working for New Japan. Yeah, so he's working with New Japan, but he's only got one more date left with them. So he should finish up with them and be mine all the time. On the last episode, or the last show I did, main event, he wrestled Chris Canyon, and I don't think we pick it up on here, can we? But oh yeah, we can. And an in-ring performance of 81. Him and Canyon have good chemistry, which is great news. But in-ring performance of 81, I mean, it's insane. So I really want to push Regal. But I need him all the time there to do that, because if he's missing on Monday nights, then I'm kind of screwed, because if he's not at Nitro and he's off with New Japan, I can't really do much with him there. So that's been really good news. I don't know if anyone has any ideas on this, but Ric Flair, I spoke to Ric Flair about becoming a road agent as well, because I mean, the guy's 46, so he's getting towards the end of his career, sort of, although we know mid-90s Rick, he still went for another about 25 years anyway from this point onwards. But you know what I mean? Psychology, respect, I mean, everything you want a road agent to be, he is going to be. I do see him being at the top of my card for the next foreseeable future. But I do wonder, is there anything negative happens from having a main eventer as your road agent as well? A few people I spoke to have sort of said that if they're road agent in too many matches, they can kind of get knackered and burnt out and stuff, which I kind of get that. I understand that'll happen. But I don't anticipate it will do, because I've got quite a few road agents now. And also people made the point he can't be the road agent for his own match, which again, I'm not really bothered by, because I've still got some really good road agents, but it just sort of seems a bit weird having him here and to not using him in this capacity if there's a opportunity to. So if anyone's got any ideas why that might not be a good idea, let me know, because I'm quite happy to have him Rick as just a wrestler for the time being. But if I could use him as a road agent as well, that'd be magnificent, really, wouldn't it? So he'd be an absolute superstar for that. So, right, let's carry on so we can go into the next episode of Nitro. Right, for your convenience, Jacksonville Memorial Coliseum in the southeast. Quite fine. Got no problems with this. Absent workers, let's have a look first. Benoit's off working for All Japan Pro Wrestling. What an easy prioritising All Japan ahead of me. An absolute toe rag. Dory Funk Jr. is working for All Japan Pro Wrestling. Again, that's a bit annoying, but that's not so worrying. I can deal with that, because I wanted a few extra. He's only a road agent. It's annoying because I'd like him to be at every show, but he can do the kind of B shows and the pay-per-views. Jushin Thunder Liger is working for New Japan. Not surprised there, because I've only got him for 2 more matches, or 2 more appearances. I would like to have been able to, because I want to book him on the pay-per-view for something, but it's a bit tricky there. Yeah, Jeremy, so no negatives for having an active wrestler being a road agent. I couldn't think there would be. I couldn't work out what might happen. I guess if he was the only road agent, he might get a bit burnt out, and that might affect his matches potentially. But I'm going to go with it for the time being. If I see anything with Ric Flair that goes a bit wonky, I'm going to kind of sort it out. But I'm with you. I kind of thought that was all right as well. So big thumbs up there. Because, I mean, who wouldn't want Ric Flair as their road agent? The dude's, insanely good. So we'll take that. Kurosawa's off working for New Japan again as well. That's a pain in the bum, but we'll deal with that. And Road Warrior Hawk. You know what? There's quite a few of these guys we're not going to have hanging around much longer anyway. So, backstage incident. Will it be positive or a negative? There's been an incident involving, oh, Jesus Christ, Scott Steiner and Bobby Heenan. Scott Steiner was brought before the Wrestlers' Court accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. The judge, Bobby Heenan. I like the fact that Bobby Heenan is my kind of courtroom judge. I think he is the best judge for the Wrestlers' Court and quite a nice guy, so I'm happy with him. He has been found guilty and sentenced to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. Scott Steiner has the scumbag personality and is currently happy. Yeah, the Steiners are going to debut fairly soon, but not immediately. I got a little bit excited because it's the Steiner brothers, yeah? You know what I mean? We love the Steiners. Of course we do. We know they're a fantastic tag team. I completely and utterly forgot that basically Scott Steiner is a complete divvy and a complete pain to deal with backstage. So he's got a horrendous influence backstage. It's not good. I signed him on a 2-year deal as well. So I got too excited just thinking about the signers and did not think about the consequences of signing him. And he is just going to be a problem. I can see that. He's had a small positive impact upon Scott Steiner. Well, that's great. he couldn't really be any more negative. So you see, backstage we've got Scott Steiner is a very negative influence. Like when we go through it, and we've got guys like Flair, Savage, Marcus Bagwell, Luger, Kamala, and Hulk. They're all mildly negative. Do you know what? You can accept that, but Scott Steiner's a very negative influence, which is a pain in the ass because I don't really have any massive plans for him. I do have massive plans for him in a way, but not loads, like long term. So he's kind of coming in to stop a gap, and it's a pain in the ass. So this is something else I was tempted to do. So I've signed. Oh, let's go through to it. I'm going to get too excited here. So I signed Miss Elizabeth, and Randy Savage is about as unhappy as he possibly could be because he hates Miss Elizabeth because, you know, he's a misery guts. Like who does want to hang around with their ex-wife? Anyway, so he doesn't want to hang out with his ex-wife. I don't know whether to try and meddle in their relationship and try and make them get on a little bit more. Because ultimately, I would quite like to pair Savage back up with Miss Elizabeth, but is that just pushing things a bit too far? I do quite like the idea of just divorced, poor old macho man sort of being screwed over and having to be managed by his ex-wife. It's sort of kind of funny. So I was thinking of maybe having a little meddle in their relationship and see what's going on. So discreetly meddle with their relationship between two members of the locker room. This can be used in a positive way, a negative way, or just see what will happen. With the unpredictable nature of human relationships, who knows what the outcome will be? I'm kind of tempted to have a go. Should we have a go at it and see what happens? Dramatically fire someone in front of the whole locker room. I should do that to Benoit. Get out. No, I'm not going to be that mean to Benoit. I'm just going to make him lose to the Renegade at some point. So I'm loving the Renegade and pushing him. So should we try and meddle? So basically, Macho Man. Let's have a go. Do you know what? This is half the fun of playing this game, isn't it? What's the worst that can happen? Ultimately, they don't get on. They don't get on. So Randy Savage and I can't do a Macho impression. I don't know why I just tried to do that. Should we positively meddle? Let's positively meddle. Your meddling had no effect, as their relationship can only get better through natural progression. Isn't that the truth? That's a lovely way of looking at the human nature, I guess. So yeah, anyway, I thought I'd have a go. Who knows? Oh, I can't do it again, can I? Of course. So we're into the next episode of Nitro. I was going to say Raw then. That's completely the wrong show. So we're into the next episode of Nitro. So the first angle I need to book is, so last week, the Taskmaster, who I've changed his name now back to just regular Kevin Sullivan because I'm trying to take the silliness a little bit away from the Dungeon of Doom. The Taskmaster said it's full brawl, it is war games. I'm challenging you, Hulk Hogan, to a match there. So Hulk is going to come out and basically say, I accept your challenge, brother, but I need to get myself some partners. And Lex Luger is going to be the first guy that he tries to recruit for this. So he's going to call out Lex and go, you know what, I'll give you, you can be, I want you to be my partner. Lex is going to say, you know what, I see you've got some problems. I'll be your partner on one condition, and that is that on Monday Nitro, after Full Brawl, I get a shot at that WCW Heavyweight Championship. And they'll shake hands and agree to this. So ultimately, Hulk's going to recruit a partner. So we've got a lot going on in a really small segment. I kind of have to game the system a little bit on this. My segment lengths are probably a little bit shorter than they would be in real life. And a little bit, I don't want to say cheating, but a little bit pushing the boat a little bit because I only have an hour of a show. So I can't fit in tons and tons because the segments are quite small. So what I tend to do with my booking is I will book a short segment, then I'll go through and I'll bump them up if I get a chance, if I've got enough time, because we've got to fill 55 to 65 minutes. With everything that's going on, I have to have 3 hot storylines, I have to have 3 over 50 heat storylines. It's a lot to cram into like just 55 to 65 minutes. And also, I can't remember what the split is, but we have to have about like 60% wrestling as well, so we have to do that. So our angle is going to be Hulk agrees to Kevin Sullivan's challenge. He calls out Lex to be his first partner who agrees in return for a title shot. Oh. Okay, that'll have to do. We don't get enough. I could go through and do a freestyle angle and write the whole thing out, but I don't tend to do that. I find that feels a bit too long-winded. So we're going to do that. So we're going to have Hulk comes out. He's going to be rated on the microphone. No, not charisma, microphone. We're going to have Lex Luger comes out, and he's going to be rated on his microphone skills. Kevin Sullivan is going to be rated on. We'll do entertainment for him, but he will be off screen anyway, so he does not matter. And we'll add in a few more of the Dungeon of Doom. Who else have we got the Dungeon of Doom that we could add into this one? Kamala. Oh no, we're going to bin off Kamala soon. So, do you know what? We'll stick Meng in there because he's gonna. So he can be. Oh, I don't script you. So we'll do that. So we'll book that segment. Cannot be rated on entertainment. Oh, can they not? So charisma. We'll do that. It don't really matter. I'm not expecting huge. I'm not expecting gangbusters from that one. Anyway, so we're gonna get that. Hope agrees. Kevin Sullivan's challenging. He calls out Lex to be his first partner, who agrees in return for a title shot. So that's that dealt with. Next up, what I like doing my angles first, and then the other stuff. So Paul Orndorff is going to come out. And he's going to speak directly to Ric Flair, who can also be done on microphone, and on Anderson on microphone. And so Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, is going to come out, and I'm basically stealing Bad News Barrett's gimmick, but Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, is going to come out and go, I've got some wonderful news for you for the Four Horsemen. At Full Brawl, Arn Anderson, you will get your match against US champion Sting. Stinger. And we can relate him on anything, can't we? Star quality, let's do that. Can we do that off screen? You will wrestle Sting at Full Brawl for a title shot, so they're already happy. And then he says, and Ric Flair, I've got some wonderful news for you as well. You will be wrestling, and I don't think I can actually do him. I want to put him up against Justin Thunder Liger, but obviously he is in New Japan, so I can't have him on there. So we can't actually book him in the segment because he's not around, so that's a bit frustrating. But you know what? We can do that. So Mr. Wonderful says he has... Right, let's change that. Paul Orndorff has some wonderful news. The Four Horsemen. Full Brawl. Arm will wrestle Sting. Whoa. And Rick will wrestle. And Rick. Fight Sting. And Rick. Liger. So basically what's going to happen with this one is Arn Anderson's going to be really pleased and Ric Flair's going to be really annoyed. So, we've got Stevie Ray in there. Did not mean to do that. That would be absolutely insanity, wouldn't it? So, that was meant to be Sting, wasn't it? Phew. So, Sting. He can be related. Can we do charisma if you're off screen? Let's have a look. We can. So as far as storylines are going on, that kind of covers the two big ones there. We've got one more to cover with Macho Man and the Diamond Doll. So we're going to get an angle in there where Diamond Doll is confronted by Macho Man, who is very concerned with her well-being. So basically, Macho Man's going absolutely insane at the moment. That's the general plan for the Macho. He is going a bit crazy. He thinks there's a woman in trouble. Spoiler alert, that woman is going to be Miss Elizabeth eventually. But he thinks it's the Diamond Doll at the moment, which it will lead out it will not be. But I've got an idea of who that is going to be. It's a bit annoying because I want to kind of push Randy Savage into the main event scene, but this kind of keeps him away from it for the time being. But we're not too unhappy with that. So Hulk agrees to the Kevin Sullivan challenge. Right, so I need to add a match in now. And we're going to get Kamala. And who can he face that's a decent... He needs to get beaten by someone who's not a big superstar, but not completely unimportant. Mongo, probably not Mongo is the man we're looking for here. Scott Steiner. Got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Johnny B. Bad. Yeah, Duggan's a decent shout. Let's go with Jim Duggan because we want to push that a little bit so they can have. We'll set them there. Going 10 minutes. Are they? Kamala's awful. So road agent notes. We're going to have the victor be Jim Duggan, and we'll have this be a storytelling match because we need to have one of those every show. So Jim Duggan will go in there. Then we're going to add an angle. This is the exciting angle where Kamala is going to get kicked out of the Dungeon of Doom. So Kevin Sullivan appears and says, "This isn't good enough. You're out," and introduces new Dungeon of Doom members, Sabu and Raven, who... So Kamala's basically gets beaten by Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which quite frankly is pretty rubbish, let's be fair. Storyline, that can be a defeat for him because I want Kamala to basically disappear. We're going to have Kevin Sullivan's going to come out, get rated on the microphone, and we're going to have the Giant there because he is going to be rated on Menace, and he's the man that's going to basically be fronting up a lot of this. And our new members are going to be Raven and Sabu. So I think Raven and Sabu are a slightly better fit for the Dungeon of Doom than Kamala is. We're going to, I think the Zodiac, we'll put the Zodiac in there as well because he's not really doing anything. He can get involved. And we'll put the Shark in there as well. I might as well do them all. What am I doing? So they're going to basically kick out Kamala because Kamala's contract's ending. He's absolutely terrible in the ring. He's absolutely terrible out the ring. I want to get rid of these kind of silly little characters. I also think Raven and Sabu are a little bit of a better stylistic fit for the Dungeon of Doom for what I want to do and make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll stick that in there. That is going to go on after Kamala faces Jim Duggan. I think, should we have a tag team match with Lex and Hulk for the main event? Let's do that. I didn't really think about my matches for this one, but if Lex and Hulk are going to be tag partners, let's do that. I've done that the wrong way. Doesn't matter. Lex Luger, and they can face a heel team. Who's a heel team? I don't really want them to face anyone in the Dungeon of Doom because I think that'll be a bit rubbish. I got William Regal. Oh, no way, he can actually wrestle for me. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have Steven Regal and Earl Bobby Eaton. This is going to be our main event, so we'll do that. Match aim is going to be Hulk Hogan to pick up the win, and we will have the loser be Bobby Eaton because I don't really want my boy Stevie Regal to lose out. Let's do this the other way around. Currently only have 44% matches. That's okay. We'll add an angle where, just because we're going to basically spam our superstars, Hulk and Lex shake hands. Shake hands to end the show. Oops, not Harley Race. And we'll have him rated on overness and Lex on overness because they're not really doing anything. So this is basically Lex and Hulk sort of saying, "Yep, we're a strong team together," and that's kind of it. So I think I can squeeze in another match. Not quite sure who we want to squeeze in. What match could we have? Who have we got that hasn't been booked? So we've got Sting, Giant. All of these guys have been featured at least, though, so that's kind of the main thing that I like doing. Maybe we'll have Kevin Sullivan wrestle a match. I do need to give Pillman a bit of a run out because Pillman. So who can he fight? Oh, I haven't really got anyone that interesting, have I? So the problem we've not got a lot of superstars down the right end of the top end of the card with as far as my faces go. I've got huge guys in Savage, Sting, and Hulk, and Lex, but anything else is a little bit worrying. So we get to well known. We've got the Steiners, Johnny B. Bad, and the Nasty Boys. You know, it's not a great setup, really, is it? So who else could we have? What else have we got in here? So we've got Hulk agrees to Lex. We've got I've only got 2 matches in there. Duggan versus Kamala, which is terrible. I have Arn Anderson and that wrestling quite a lot. Let's get a tag team match in there of just some good talent. Let's get a face team going on. The American Males are ones I want to push a little bit, so let's get. Oh, I swear my mouse is going a bit wonky now. So, get the American Males against some heel teams. Get rid of those. Don't really want to feed them to the. Don't want to give anyone too decent there. Dean Malenko would be a decent shout. Let's do Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero as a team. Because these are 2 guys I am going to eventually push. Oh, I swear my mouse. Whoops. Just go for all my emails there. It's not the one, is it? Right. So let's have Eddie Guerrero. We'll have the American Males. We can get in there and we'll have the win going to Scotty Riggs. Oops, don't remove that. Put that in there. We'll book that segment. Where do we want that to appear? That can go. Oh, no, we'll have that go down. Excellent. So we've got, how much have we currently booked? We've got 63 minutes. So I can only book 2 more minutes. Oh, I can sort of give Duggan and Kamala an extra minute. So I'm not going to be penalised. We've got all of our stuff going on there. So that's kind of cool. We've kind of got that show booked. So let's stick some pre-show matches in to see if we can get some bits going on. The Nasty Boys I'd quite like to do something with, but I'm really struggling to get them involved in the tag team pictures. I need to really get the belts off of Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick first, because I've just got problems otherwise with that. So, but I think we'll give Harlem Heat a match, And we'll put them against a face team. I always keep putting Alex Wright and Disco Inferno together, so let's try and do something a bit different for a change. So we'll put Alex Wright. Oh no. Alex Wright and Chris Canyon together. We'll have this as a 10-minute pre-show match. Got some good plans for the Harlem Heat as well. So I'm hoping to kind of do a few bits and bobs with them, just to try and kind of jazz them up a little bit and make them a bit more interesting. So that's going to be one there. This is a pre-show match, so we'll do that. We'll add in another pre-show match. One-on-one. Who we got left? We've only used 2 of our bigger stars. Do you know what? We'll put John Tenter in one. Who can he fight? Oh, not females. He can... Johnny B. Bad. He can beat Johnny B. Bad. In 9 minutes on a pre-show. That'll be there. And just to even things up, we'll book a face to win a match as well, because we don't all of our matches just be heels winning matches. Maybe the Renegade. Should we put him on the main show? Let's put him on the main show. No, I can't do that. We'll put him on this. So we'll have him face Scott Nottingham. We'll do Robbie Brookside. Oh, I swear, look, my mouse is just giving me jip today. So we'll do that as another pre-show match. Again, we're trying to push the Renegade, so this is just an opportunity to give him some matches somewhere as well. Can I put the television title on the line in a pre-show match? That don't make any sense, so that's fine. We're not going to do that. But I think that's kind of going to be it for the Nitro there. So we're going to open up with Hulk Hogan agrees to Kevin Sullivan's challenge. And then he calls out Lex Luger. He's going to say, you know, I've got a guy who I want to be my partner, and that's going to be you, Lex. Lex is going to go, yeah, I'll do that as long as I get a title shot on the Nitro after Fall Brawl. Then we have Jim Duggan versus Kamala. Kevin Sullivan appears and says, you're just not good enough, Kamala. This is rubbish. And he introduces our new members, Sabu and Raven, who beat down Kamala. Then Paul Orndorff comes out and says he's got wonderful news for the Four Horsemen. At Fall Brawl, Arn will fight Sting, and Rick will fight Jushin Thunder Liger. So there we go. Then the American males will beat Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero, and the Diamond Doll is then confronted by the Macho Man, who's very concerned for her well-being and thinks that Diamond Dallas Page is mistreating her. For the main event, we've got Hulk Hogan and Lex Luger beat the Blue Bloods, and then following that, Lex and Hulk have a handshake, and we're all happy. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. What I want to do is I'll wrap this up here at the moment, just so that I can then record this show properly. I can then put that up and we can get the results up in a bit more of a streamlined format rather than that. I might even go through and do some freestyle angles to make it all look a little bit nicer, because this is looking a bit sketchy here, isn't it? So yeah, so that wraps that one up today. Thank you so much for everyone joining me. Tyler, Jeremy, that's really been great to see some new faces on here getting involved. It's always great to have people come in here and showing their face and just chucking in some ideas. Anyone that's also helping out, Jeremy, you've mentioned about the road agent stuff. That's really helpful as well, because I play this game, but I'm making it up as I go along as much as everyone else does. So anyone that helps me out with any advice is an absolute superstar. So once again, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll be signing off from this one, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care. Bye.